What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Charting Crypto live stream. How's everyone doing tonight? Give me a 1-2-1-2 if I'm all loud and clear. Music sounds good. Voice sounds good. Friday's going good. Crazy week, man. BTC starting to make some higher highs. People are starting to FOMO. Already got a request, quant and inverse. Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. Inverse has been pretty hot lately in the Discord. Been hearing a lot about that. Let's just see what BTC is doing on the day and the 4 hour real quick, and then we'll jump into some shitcoin TAs. So on the day we have it making higher highs and higher lows, which is a bullish sentiment. Yeah, I haven't looked at charts in a bit, so okay, let's do it. Bottom to top in the micro time frame. Let's go to the previous high. And here we are. So currently right now, if we go off the previous high here, we're currently having a difficult time getting back over the 618. We did briefly break above it here with a part of a candle. We didn't have a full body candle above it. We did have a candle above it, but it was a red one. We need a open and a close green above the 618 to continue to a higher high. MACD right now, as you can see, we've pretty much been having a wave here. We're entering a bearish downwards movement on the MACD. RSI is at approximately 58, so halfway point. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if BTC actually pulled back to the 786 at around 20,000, the test of 20,000 support there. And I think that would be a key area, because if we bounced off that, then we would have to be making some higher highs. People are starting to get bullish on BTC. I see a lot of bearish people flipping back bullish again. I am still bearish on BTC. I think we're going to be coming down to around 17,000 one more time. We feel like that needs to happen, but let's jump over to the 4 hour real quick and do some charting on it. Okay, so Bitcoin on the 4 hour. If you've been part of the Discord, I think Vlad's been keeping us up to date on BTC. I think he had something like this. I'm going to draw something like this though. I'll clear all these fibs out. We'll start fresh. Clear all the fibs out. There we go. Okay, I'll get back in the groove and once I chart a couple coins. It's been a bit. So as of right now, we actually bounced off this uptrend where we're at, which is actually at the main support at 22,332, which is the 382. So there's a lot of things going on at this price point in which BTC just dropped. You can see right here was the uptrend. It was also the main support at 22, and as you can see over here, 382. So that is acting as some great support. MACD is bearish, RSI is tailing back down. Nonetheless, though, we were making higher highs here until recently, so that's something to keep an eye on. Unlike the day, we were having great upwards momentum since July 12th, making higher highs and higher lows. And then we recently just put a higher high in. So could this be the start of a downtrend? We'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm currently keeping an eye on a capitulation down to around 17. I know a lot of people have already chalked that to the curve, but if it happens, it happens. If not, so be it. So the short term for BTC, I think this area right here is going to be a key support throughout the remainder of the time. The 382 main support at 22,332. You can see it's a fib main support and the uptrend area. If we end up breaking below this uptrend, then we're gonna have to keep a close eye on BTC because that could start initiating that downtrend area. Yes, this is the 4 hour chart, not the day chart, but nonetheless, you can see a lot more price action on the 4 hour than the day. 4 hour usually, or the day usually shows a wider time. Well, of course it shows a wider time frame, but it shows more of a longer term TA than the 4 hour does. Just similar thing here. Just with smaller candles, you can see we recently had a lower high here. So pretty much the same thing, just more data on the 4 hour. So that's something to be keeping an eye on. We recently just made a lower high on BTC on the micro time frame. So could that be the start of a downtrend? We'll just have to keep an eye on this week into beginning of next week. So there's my rant on BTC. Let's get to the chats. We have Crypto Crusader says quant and inverse. Let's jump into quant. Oh man, I need to pick up some more quant. I don't need to. I'm comfortable with the amount I have. I would like to pick up more around the $46 to $50 range. That's only going to happen if BTC drops down to 18 to 17,000. But as of right now, quant is down 2.7% at $100.21. Quant has been ripping, absolutely ripping. It pretty much took off before BTC started rallying. I remember that. The Discord is heavily filled with quant holders, and yeah, quant started ripping well before BTC. So quant right now, that fib actually is still valid. We'll keep the fib on there. Remove the brushes. So for quant right now, we did just flip back bearish again. You can see we were having some bullish momentum on the upside here, but we started flipping bearish, had one more bullish push, and then we've been bearish ever since July 6th. Even though we have some upwards momentum, that consolidation is bearish, and we're starting to get deeper bearish momentum here. So for quant, I would be keeping an eye on $90, $91 on the short term. I think that is the next stop. And just like BTC, you saw that BTC just made a lower high after the run up. Quant also just made a lower high on the run up. And when you make a lower high, it's usually the start of a downtrend. How long is that downtrend going to go for? That's something we have to keep an eye on, but it usually is the start of some price action to the downside. So I would be looking for some downwards price action this week. I mean, in the Discord channel, Chef Natron was calling for downwards movement at the end of July, back at the end of June. So maybe that'll be happening here. Short term though, for quant, I'd be keeping an eye on $90. I am currently looking to pick up quant, believe it or not, down here towards the top of this, right here in this support channel area. I used to have a star here. I have no idea what happened to it. I'll make a new one. So I'm looking to pick it up right dead center in the middle of this channel here. You guys are probably calling me crazy. That's never going to happen. But if it does, guess what? I am going to load up on so much effing quant. It's going to be ridiculous. I should have done it back here, but the market was in a lot different state than it is now. So if we ever head back down there, I'm going to be loading up on some more. If not, I'm comfortable with the amount that I picked up back here, and I'll just hold and ride it out. I don't know if I'll buy any more quant unless it dipped below 75 dollars, but I have what I need for the bull run if it does not head back down here. But for the short term, let's keep an eye on $90 for quant. So INV, there was some stuff going around in the Discord about a pump going on for INV today. Some people were supposed to pump it, and apparently that didn't happen. But let's get into INV. So I still have this moon chart. I mean, we did have that blast up, and I had us retracing to the 786. From here, we did touch the 786, but we did get rejected at the 382. So I'm going to clean this line up real quick. The sideways consolidation is actually pretty bullish in my opinion. You can see we had the sideways consolidation before liftoff. We had the sideways consolidation here before liftoff. We're having the sideways consolidation again. The only thing that's concerning me right now about inverse finance is I think we're very, very near the top. So we could have one more push, but I think that would be the top if this was not already the top. So you can see on the RSI, we were massively overbought right here, all the way up to 95 on the RSI. It's pretty much straight moonshot right there. Everyone aboard, let's go to the effing moon. Then we had that retracement, 50% range, which I've talked about in a lot of live streams. You retrace back to the 50% of a moonshot normally. And you can see we retrace back to the 50 here, consolidated, retrace back to the 50 on this moonshot, consolidated. Had this moonshot retraced back to the 50, and they keep getting smaller and smaller. So with that, I would be very, I guess, hesitant on the next moonshot, but nonetheless, I do think we will have one more attempt at breaking $148. But if we get to 148 and you start seeing it get massively rejected, I think that's going to be the top. We had the big, it's starting to get really, really tight up in here. RSI is overbought. MACD did just flip bearish though, so I could actually see a drop back down to around 130, and then that could be your launch point. Drop back down to the 786, stop by the moon juice factory, pick up some moon juice, and then blast off for one more attempt to get through $148. I think that is what's going to be happening for inverse finance. So to keep an eye on a slight retracement to around 130, 135. And then I think that is going to be the bounce point for one more attempt. And I think this might be your last attempt before retracement, because every shot we've had, we haven't even retraced to the 30 on the MACD. We've only retraced to the halfway point, and the retracements are starting to get shallower and shallower. So inverse finance, yeah, whoever bought in here is making a mad amount of money. I just think we're going to possibly see one more attempt at breaking 148, and if we don't break that 148, I'd be very careful, because then I think that would cause the massive retracement. So one more attempt at a moonshot here, and if we get rejected, I think that's when we're gonna have to start looking at it as a retracement type scenario back to reset the MACD, reset the RSI, and then try to make another attempt at it. So keep an eye on a retracement to the 786 at 130, and then a pump up to 148 to try to break through that main resistance 382 area. I love big booty. What's up, bro? Can I chart USTC? Yes, I can. 1212 moon. Tales from the crypto. How's it going, everybody? Okay, let's see what's going on. Can I chart USTC? Yes, I can. What's been going on with that? So USTC is down 3.8% at 3.8 cents. That's crazy. Down 3.8%, you're at 3.8 cents. Go buy a lottery ticket. That's got to be lucky or something. So the total supply is 9.8 billion. Circulating supply is 9.8 billion. All the coins are in circulation. So unlike Terra Luna, there was not an infinite supply, so they couldn't dump a shit ton of coins on you guys and just destroy all the holders. They could just unload the rest of the circulating supply, which they did. But 374 million market cap, all-time high, of course, is a dollar. Well, actually $1.09. You know, if you haven't been around, you know, this used to be a stable coin, but it is no longer. So let's get into the TA on this. What exchanges are still shilling this stuff? So Binance is the leader, BitGet, KuCoin, Kubo, and OKX. So I haven't tried this in a bit. I'm curious to see what's going on. What is it? Oh man, I had a moon chart and it did not happen. I've been on a downtrend. This main support's been holding, it looks like. We are in the 4 hour, so we've been holding this 036. Let me just do a little bit of mocking up before we get started here. So it looks like this has been the general peak before a retracement besides here. MACD, okay. So as of right now, the MACD is bearish, but we aren't massively running bearish on the MACD. We're pretty much just stagnant due to this main support down here at 3.6. So 3.6 is definitely our lifeline. We cannot fall below 3.6. Otherwise, it is going to be bad news bears. You can see we had that huge drop right here, the run up, and that is our main support. Below that, there's no other support. I guess you can say technically there is a support here and here, but it's not a valid support. It's only been tested once at 2.4. But if we're going to go off of that, you have to stay above 3.6. If you continue on this downtrend, it looks like you're about ready to converge on a very critical area right here, the peak of this triangle. And that is going to be the make and break moment for this. If we end up breaking to the upside, I think that'll be the next upwards movement. You can see we were on that downtrend here, converged to a peak, had the blast off. We're on a downtrend here. If we converge and have that breakout, you could see another run for USTC. Just depending on how the market's going. I mean, people are starting to FOMO back in right now, so you can say it's starting to get bullish. I might actually, no, never mind. I was gonna say I might actually buy some USTC, but I'm not. I am strongly staying away from anything that Do Kwon is a part of. I have some friends who lost quite a bit of money due to his bad mistakes and his bad business decisions. So I'm not even going to touch anything that he does. But for the short term, let's keep an eye on 3.6. MACD's bearish. RSI definitely has room to run, which in my opinion, if we were at this price range and the RSI was up here in the red, I'd be like, oh, there's no way that we're going to be blasting out higher. That's obviously got to retrace. But we're pretty much back down to 0 at 30, and we are in a bearish MACD. So I'm going to be more bullish than bearish on this and say, let's keep an eye on a breakout here very, very soon. Looks like around the 25th of July, 25th, 26th of July is going to be the storyteller. But for the short term, MACD's reset, or RSI's reset. MACD is bearish, not massively bearish, and it's not bullish, so we have room to run there as well. So we have a lot of juice in the tank to have a run up rather than a capitulation. So I'm going to be bullish on USTC for the short term. How bullish? It's all going to be dependent on these main resistance areas. If we do break out, our first stop is going to be 4.3 cents. If we break above that, that's going to be your moonshot, similar to back here. So I'd be keeping out for a breakout of approximately, if you see a 15-16% breakout for USTC, that's going to validate this moonshot scenario. It'll most likely break out, test 4.3 cents, then back test this downtrend to see if it's a valid breakout. And if you see that bounce off this downtrend, that is going to be your moonshot. Similar to back here, you can see that that if I draw this downtrend line real quick, I'll explain. Leg. We zoom in a little bit. I get this valid. Similar situation. We were tagging, broke out here, back tested the support, and that started that moonshot right there. I think something like that could be at play if we broke out. So just keep an eye on that main support here at 3.6. I'm trading crypto is bullish on UTC for the time being. Okay, so with that, we got in the UTC. Can I chart NMR and YF? Yes, I can. NMR. So NMR, I've never heard of this coin before. I don't know how to say this. Numeraire, NMR down 9.1% at $17.41. Very small max supply, so that's very attracting right there. 11 million, a little over half is in circulation. Small market cap of 106 million. All-time high of $93 a year ago, all-time low of 206 a year ago. If we just take a quick look at this, compare to the market cap. Looks like they put more coins in circulation back here on July 2019 and more coins in circulation of July of 2021. But with the low max supply, it really doesn't play a factor into it. Looks like it's currently available on the following exchanges. P2B, B2B is the leader, followed by Binance. Oh, this is actually on Coinbase too. And Coinbase. This might not be a bad Coinbase pickup. That's not financial advice. Looks like you can lock it away too. So let's get into the TA on this thing. So NMR, have not tried it yet. Just looking at the 4 hour right now, we just started flipping bearish. RSI was massively overbought at 88. So just off that quick look, I am going to be banking on a retracement. Let's see what's going on here. So on the micro time frame right now, we are at the 618. 618 is a critical level, but just judging by how we just now flipped bearish on the MACD while hitting the 618 and the RSI still being massively overbought at the 786 or at 78, I would be keeping an eye on a retracement honestly to this main support at 14.9. I don't think we'll hard candle to it. I honestly think we could hard candle to the 786 at around $16 and see a wick down there. I always try to catch the wicks, but for the short term, I would be keeping an eye on a retracement to the 786, which is approximately another 7 to 8% drop. And then we'll have to assess that situation because that would bring the RSI back down to the mean at 50. MACD would have time to be bearish. You can see it's not bearish for long, hasn't been for a while. So I think a move down to the 786 at around $16 would be the play. Then a movement back up with a possible wick down here. That's on the 4 hour. Let's jump over the day. Jump over to the day and take a look. So on the day, RSI is tailing back up. MACD is about ready to flip bullish, but if you look in the past, it doesn't really flip massively bullish. So I think the same scenario is at play. RSI is high. I think the RSI is going to be retracing. You can see you're at the 618 there, and the main support here is at 1625. Not like so the 4 hour, the main support's at 16. At the day it's at 1625. I normally chart off the 4 hour. All my TAs that I do for myself personally offline that I make my trades off of, I go by the 4 hour. So the day's just more broader time range, which with not a lot of data on the macro time frame. So you're like, oh, the main support on the other one was 16. This one's 1634. I would be going off the 4 hour rather than the day. The day just gives you a larger look at the lifespan of this coin. So as of right now, it looks like the 786 main support is going to be the area that holds $16 and then 1634. So if I use this day chart, so I'm kind of doing like a, I guess, learning you guys right now how I kind of TA. So I looked at the 4 hour, I'm looking at the day right now. On the day, I see that $16 is the 786 and it has a main support at 1627. I'm like, oh, on the day there's almost a double support around the $16 range. And then I jump back to the 4 hour, and the 4 hour also has that support at the 786 at the $16 range. My mindset is, okay, on the day, looks like there's a lot of support at the 16. On the 4 hour, the next support's at the $16 range. So I would make a move on this, bouncing off the $16 range and moving up from there. Just by that's how I do my trades, my TAs, and it works most of the time. I mean, it works about 75% of the time, and that's not bad for trading crypto. So that's just a little bit of rant for me, I guess. I got off topic. So short term, keep an eye on the 786 at $16. I think we bounce from there, and we'll assess that situation at a later time. What other one was there? So YF. What is it? YFLI or YFI? YF. I think it's II. Yeah. Or DFI money. So DeFi money's up 4.8 at $1,677. Extremely small max supply of only 40,000. Almost all the coins are in circulation, and the market cap's not even 100 million. All-time high in this coin was $9,251 2 years ago. So it didn't even reach a new all-time high in the previous bear market or bull run. And the all-time low was also 2 years ago at 97. So there really hasn't been much movement prior to, looks like its initial coin launch. Launched, shit the bed, went to the moon, and has just been floating around since, it looks like. But let's look at this thing on a TA and on the micro time frame. Whoops. Let's switch the music up here real quick. There we go. Looks like last time I charted this was back on June 13th. Man, it's been moving up massively since June 29th. I mean, if you bought on June 29th, you would be up approximately 106%. So that's not a bad gain for holding. In 1 month time frame, you'd be up 100% on this coin. So on the short term time frame though, I'm just gonna move this fib right here, move this up here. We're gonna go off the macro time frame. And if we just look at the 4 hour right now, RSI is red, which means, hey, it might not be a bad time to take some profit here. We are overbought. We will most likely see a retracement here soon. And if you look at the past history of the RSI, every time we've came up here, we have retraced minimally down to around 50. We were massively overbought here. That was that moonshot. But nonetheless, though, MACD is about ready to flip, not flip bearish, but we are cooling down and tailing towards the bearish side. We have been making higher highs and higher lows. I think we would, just looking at this, we're gonna be pulling back to the 382 at around 1,445. That would still validate this uptrend that we are in right now. So if you do this uptrend right here, I'll pull back down to this 6-1 or the 382 area, would still maintain that bullish momentum. And then something like that I could definitely see happen. But we definitely need to retrace. We're overbought. MACD's retracing bearish. If I extend this fib up to the previous wick high here, you can see we actually wicked up to the 382 and got rejected here. But the same things at play. You can see same things at play, got rejected the 382, and you have a 618 right here. And then the next stop would be the 236. And then something like this. It's just rinse and repeat. It's not doing massive pumps right now. It's just doing steady growth. And honestly, I would rather have any coin that I hold ever do this steady growth than this massive moonshot. Because look, you have this massive moonshot and then it just shits the bed. When you have the steady growth here, the coin has time to grow, retrace, instead of burning all its moon juice on that rocket launch right there. You can actually make a lot better money on a steady growth like this. So Year finance right now is looking, I think, bullish. I think we are going to be having that retracement on the short term though to around $1,450 to the 618 to test this uptrend area. But as you can see, since July 11th, this uptrend's been holding. And even if I extend it further, you can see it looked like it actually started back here on July 7th. So we haven't broken below this since July 7th. So there's no reason for us not to break below it, or break. Yeah, there's no reason for no reason we should break below it now. Yes, RSI is overbought, but we were overbought back here, and that usually initiates the downtrend to that uptrend line and then a continuation. So for this coin, keep an eye on the 618 at 1445. Then it can I'll move up to the next hit at the 236 at 2000, and then just rinse repeat type stuff. So for Me Love Llamas, I did Quant. Quant was the very first video I did on this live stream. Actually, BTC was. So if you watch this from the beginning, after my BTC, I start off with Quant. I usually always start my live streams with Quant because I'm always looking to load up more Quant. I'm a large Quant believer, believe it or not. Never was until you can thank Zgoth in the Discord for that one. But in a nutshell, I think it's retracing to $91.90. So with that, can I chart FX? Nighthawk CCSO made it to the stream. I'm glad you're here, man. Glad you made it to the stream. I haven't seen you here before. Hope you enjoy. Hope it's everything you dreamt of. So let's get into where we at. FX. Are you talking about Function F, or are you talking about FTX? I'm guessing you're talking about this one. So right now, FX, I was just there, wasn't I? I'm at it right now. So FX is down 2.4% at 26 cents, 1.8 billion max. Little under a third of that's in circulation. 133 million market cap, all-time high of 220 11 months ago, all-time low of 3.4 cents 2 years ago. Currently available on the following exchanges: Coinbase being the leader and KuCoin following. Man, there was some. I bet you guys, if you're trading on Coinbase, I bet you saw that news that came out about the insider trading that's been going on with Coinbase. That's some crazy stuff there. I rarely use Coinbase nowadays. I mean, I started off when I first got into my crypto career. I did start off on Coinbase because I was a noob. No offense to anyone that uses Coinbase, because Coinbase is a very good exchange. But then I switched over to KuCoin, and I love KuCoin. So I mainly use KuCoin now. A lot more coins, a lot smaller fee for buying the coins, a lot smaller fee for converting and transferring the coins. So I only use Coinbase now to cash out, which, believe it or not, I've never cashed out crypto for money before. I've only bought crypto. So I've never cashed out crypto, but that is my plan, just to cash out on Coinbase, because I don't have KCY on KuCoin. I just have the basic. So where are we at now? FX. So got off topic there. It's very easy to get me off topic on a Friday. Like a squirrel, right? So FX, short-term time frame. Holy shoot! You guys tanked on the RSI. What happened here? This chart's all fudged. This isn't a valid chart. Look at, you have these choppy candles right here. We're gonna jump over to a different chart because this one's all fudged up. There we go. Valid one right here. MACD just flipped bearish. RSI is heading down. We have been in an uptrend since June 18th. Unfortunately, we have been putting in lower lows. So nonetheless, if you just take a look from, let's draw this. So honestly, it looks like we're about to bounce here. We need to bounce here. Honestly, we've been putting in lower highs. This uptrend support has been holding, and we've just been starting to get really tight in here. So it looks like we're about to converge on a very important price area for FX here, which is actually the main support, which is at right now. So I'm gonna zoom in and we can take a closer look on this where it's at right now, because this is going to be very, very critical for this coin. RSI is pretty much reset at 50. MACD is flipping bearish, but if we look at the MACD, we really haven't been moving much to the up or downside compared to back here. We've pretty much been stagnant sideways. So for the short term on this coin, I would definitely be keeping an eye at around 25 cents. That is going to be a very, very critical price range. I think you will dip below this main support, but you can see you have a support channel just below that, and this uptrend area is at 25 cents. So if we don't bounce off 25 cents up to the 786, I think then we will officially break this downtrend, and we're gonna have to start talking about making some lower lows and start working on it. Or if we don't break, oh whatever, if we don't bounce off this uptrend, I am so confused right now. So as of right now, keep an eye on 25 cents. If we bounce off that, we're heading up to the 786 there. If we break below that, that's what I'm trying to say. I'd be keeping an eye on the next support at 23 cents, and then the start of a downtrend. It's a tongue twister. So 25 cents is your price you need to keep an eye on here. Personally, I think similar to inverse finance, to me, this chart looks very, very similar to inverse finance. If you zoom back. So inverse finance had that huge run up, you know, and then you had that second pump that didn't really touch the same height as the first one. And then your pump started getting more gradual. So similar to inverse finance, you're entering a very critical price area that is going to determine if this next leg of moonshot, you know, charting is going to happen, or if you have reached the peak of this uptrend to the start of a downtrend. So for FX, keep an eye on 25 cents. That is going to be the storyteller here. If you break below that, I would be looking for lower lows, and it's most likely going to be a bad time. I mean, if we zoom out and take a larger look at this, I mean, this was a very good bounce for a bottom. I mean, that is definitely a bottom since October 2021. This thing got up to 191. So if you've been holding since back here, I definitely don't think we are heading down to 13 cents again. You can see this is down, 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 bounce, and now we're working our way up. So I think this coin bottom, and the only price, I think it's just going to be continuing up. I don't think we're going to be dropping below 13 cents unless BTC shits the bed. But nonetheless, on the short term, we are at a very critical price range. So with that, back to the charts. Let's see. So Moon Juice. Speaking of Moon Juice, I did launch a couple new Moon Juice shirts on, let's see if I can pull them up here. I mean, if you guys are interested in swag, I launched this Moon Juice shirt here. Let's see what else is here. If I go to the dashboard, also have this Moon Juice shirt here. So if you guys like Moon Juice, you can definitely check out my swag on Bonfire. Have a bunch of other shirts on there as well. So just a great way to support the channel. So back to the chats. Where are we at next? Made it to the stream. Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter. Let's see what's going on with that. So Jupiter right now is down 3.5% at 1.3 cents. The thing that I like about Jupiter is all the coins are in circulation compared to the total supply, so they can't unload more coins on you, and the market cap is just stupid low at 13 million for being listed on a major exchange like Coinbase. So super low market cap, can easily pump. They're still, I like sticking to like the million total or you know, in the millions coins, but this is only a billion, and all the coins are in circulation with the small market cap, so not bad. All-time high in this coin was 12 cents a year ago. All-time low was 2 cents, or 2 years ago at 1,000,000 zeros and a 4. That just shows you the power of holding. There's coins out right now that are going to do the exact same thing that this has done, and now is the time to find those coins, the diamond in the rough. I mean, we have to hunt for those coins. There are coins out there with prices similar to this that in 2 years are going to do very, very similar gains. Not that many, but there are some, but most, if not all, are going to be going up in the next 2 years. So the power of holding. But as of now, this would be up 314,000% if you just held on for 2 years. You know, people work until they're 65 and live off retirement. Why not buy some coins and just hold them for a couple years, right? That's my mindset. Work till you're 65 and then live for 10, you know, if you're lucky, live for another 10 years not working, or buy crypto and hold on to it and possibly change your stars. So where am I right now? Went over to Jupiter. We're gonna jump into the TA. I need to find a better one than that. Probably check the KuCoin out. Yeah, KuCoin has more price action. So if you look at this, I'm gonna jump back to the day real quick because that kind of looks like a bottom to me. So as of right now, we did bounce off 0031 here and have worked our way back up. So to me, this looks like the bottom. MACD right now on the day is bearish, but starting to tail back out. RSI is stagnant at 50. So that's the day. I'm going to go over the 4 hour and chalk it up for you guys. So as of right now, we're right on this main support, which is actually at the 0.5. RSI in the 4 hour is pretty low at 45. MACD, as you can see, we are just starting to flatline needle nose, which I believe is a bullish scenario. Some people think opposite, like, hey, there's not a lot of price action going on. That means people are going to be selling here because they're bored of the price being the same. Consolidation, in my opinion, is a very bullish thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate that coin at the same price for a very long period of time, which means the coins at that price range will eventually dry up and there's nowhere for the coin to go up or go but up. So for the time being, we are sitting at a fib at 0.5 and the main support at 1.3. MACD is reset, or RSI is reset. MACD is bearish, but if you look previously, we've been stagnant sideways. I personally would be keeping an eye on this 1.3 main support area. If we do break below that, I think our next step would be this 1.33, but inevitably I think something like this could be at play, and then we could start continuing this gradual upwards movement that we've had since this consolidation period. So I would be keeping an eye, honestly. That's on an 8% movement up to this fib area, up to the 382. Bounce off 5 or this 1.3 main support, work our way up to the 3.2. I mean, if you were day trading this thing, think you could have bought here July 14th, sold on July 14th, bought in July 18th, sold on July 20th, and each one of those would have been an 8-9% gain. So if you bought here, rode it to the top, that's 9%, sold it down here, up another 9%, sold it, and we're looking very similar. We're tagging the 0.5, so I'd be looking for another 9%, 9-10% upswing, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. It's hard to decipher what's going on during a consolidation. All I know is that consolidation is a very bullish thing, and you just go with the pattern of the consolidation, which is a bounce off the 0.5 continuation up to the 382. That's what I think is happening for Jupe right now. LCX, what's up, Art Lopez? I haven't seen you in the live stream in a while. Hope you've been well. about LCX? So LCX right now is down 6.2% at 6.3 cents. Now it's 6.1% at 6.3 cents. 950 million total supply, 561 million circulating. Very small market cap of only 35 million. Looks like the all-time high in this coin was 56 cents 9 months ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at a million zeros and a 7. Very similar to that previous coin we just charted. Looks like it's available on the following exchanges, Uniswap being the leader, followed by Coinbase. Oh boy. Man, it was hot here today at work. Tomorrow's supposed to be 91. Yeah. Hotter than Satan's asshole tomorrow. Looks like last time I charted it was July 12th. I mean, I can't guess, but if I charted on July 12th, damn, I got it pretty accurate, but I don't remember the last time I charted this, so we're gonna remove everything and start fresh. That is a big retracement right there. That was a very big retracement. And unfortunately, you had a fake out here on the MACD with massive movement to the downside. Honestly, I don't think we're going to be going much lower than 6 cents, but let's see if we can try to decipher that for you. Yeah, so you have a 786 sitting on top of this main support right here. So personally, I don't think we're heading much lower than this. You can see as soon as we hit this, we had that huge green candle there, working our way up to the 618 right now at about 6.5 cents. We got to keep an eye on this MACD though. The thing that I am keeping an eye on other than the MACD is this RSI is massively low. It's oversold right now, down below 30. Personally, I do think we are going to be breaking over the 618. Next up will be the 0.5 at around 6.8 and inevitably working our way up to 7. The thing about the 7 price range right here is it's a 382 on top of a main resistance area, so it's a double resistance technically. You got a resistance from the fib, you got a resistance from the main resistant, so 7 cents is going to be very difficult to get over, but we don't have to worry about that for the time being because we're focused on getting over 6.5 cents. Short term, keep an eye on 6.5 cents. I do think the MACD is about ready to work its way upwards to a bullish scenario, and the RSI is definitely reset to do so. If we look previously, every time the RSI has been down this low, if I draw a line here, if I draw a line right here, every time we've been down this low and bounced off of it, we've had really good upswings. You can see we had previously back here, bounced off it, went all the way up to 77, bounced off it here, went up to 77, bounced off it, gradually worked our way up to 77. So just looking at that in the MACD, I think this is the bottom, and then I'd be looking at a move up to an overbought territory on the RSI, which would bring us up to around the 7 cent range. So something like this could be the case, you know, stagnant sideways, movement up to 7 cents, and then we'll have to assess that situation. So bottoms in, I think we're moving up. They're currently at 6.4, break above that 618, and inevitably I think we'll be hitting some major resistance once we get up to the 7 cent range, approximately 11.12% up from where we are right now. Please chart Rune. Yeah, I could chart Rune. Let's see what's going on with Rune. Ooh, man, this thing got hit hard today. Rune's down 11.1% at $2.65. 500 million max supply, 300 million circulating, 800 million market cap. All-time high of 2087 a year ago. All-time low was 3 years ago. Another massive gain if you just held for 3 years. 31,000% is nothing to sneeze at. Currently available on Hitbit and Binance. Okay, let's get to Rune. Oh, I haven't charted this since I had colored fibs. back in March. So this thing has been on an uptrend since June 18th. Let's actually take a look at the larger time frame and see if this is a possible bottom. Man, this thing took off. That is a crazy chart, guys. That is a crazy chart. 2018. Holy crap. 2018 to 2021 was nothing but moon juice. That's all this thing did was okay. Let's get into the micro time frame. Man, if that does that again, I don't think it will, but macro time frame, we are working our way up. MACD has been tagged overbought twice in the last couple times this month. Working our way back down. MACD did just flip bearish on the 22nd, which I believe, yeah, is today. So the beginning of today, it flipped bearish, starting to grow in a bearish scenario. Currently getting held up at the support at $2.58. If I draw a fib from here to here, looks like the 382 is actually sitting right on top of this main support area. So I'm going to zoom in and take a little bit closer look at this. So you have a fib on top of a main support, and when that usually happens, that I call that double support, because normally a fib is a support area, and when it's sitting on top of a main support, it's double support, and more likely than not, you will see some sort of bounce there. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this area right here at $2.58, $2.90, or $2.58, $2.59. And I think from there we'll be bouncing, testing this 236. We have not made a lower low since July, or a lower high or a lower low since July 13th. And if we did bounce off this 382, that would still continue that pattern of a higher low, and then in which turn would bring a higher high. You can see we have pretty much, we had this huge uptrend here, then stalled out, but from this point on right here, we have been putting higher highs and higher lows, nonetheless. So for the short term, I'd be keeping an eye on a slight pullback to 258. So if I had to put a percentage on that, that's only another 1-2% max. And then if that was the bounce point, the next stop would be if we extended this fib. Wow. We extended that fib, the next stop would be around $3.08. It looks like $3.08, $3. So if that bounce, would be looking for something like that. The only thing that's concerning me is if you go to the next fib area, that double support that we're at, the next one turns into double resistance. So that's something we have to keep an eye on too. So I think we'll be bouncing off $2 and what did I say? $2.58, and then having some turbulence once we get to $2.85, $2.90. For the short term, I think we're pretty close to having a bottom here for the next leg up. We'll just have to assess it at a later time. So Rune's looking bullish in the short term is what all that comes down to, is Rune is bullish in the short term. Mere Protocol. So Mere Protocol is down 8% at 21 cents, 370 million max supply, 156 million circulating, 33 million market cap. All-time high of 12.90 1 year ago, all-time low of 15 cents 1 month ago. Currently available on the following exchanges: Coinbase being the leader, followed by Binance. Juiced up. Whoa, I haven't tried this since I had colored fibs either. Curious to see what my this was back in February. Whoa, I haven't tried this since February. So from February to March, I said we're heading up here. Inevitably, I thought we were hitting that 618. Okay, let's zoom in and take a little bit closer look at this thing. Okay, as of right now, MACD is bearish, but I think we're about ready to flip over. Not flip over bullish, but you know, start losing our momentum in the bear side and start gaining some in the bullish side. RSI isn't really reset, but we are pretty dang close to being reset. We're at 53. I call reset at 50. We did bounce off the top of this support channel here at 20.5 cents. Fib on this bad boy indicates, if you go from the bottom to the top here, let's see. Yeah, this is the indicator right here. So the 786 down here, really didn't touch that, but you touched the top of the support channel, working our way up. I believe our next step will be the 618 right here on the short term, but inevitably we did have that huge run up, and you can see, I think something like this is at play. That would reset the RSI completely. MACD would be reset, and then inevitably we'd fall back to that mean area, which we have been hovering around. So for Mir protocol, short term, I'm bullish on a movement up to the 618 around 22, but on the micro or larger time frame, I do think we are going to be retracing back down to around 17 cents. We just need to reset on our RSI and MACD and everything before we make our next run up. And this looks very similar to back here, just on a very small scale, if you think about it. So you have this right here, looks very similar to that. Actually, I can actually show you how similar it is. I forgot I could do this. So I'm going to show you where we at. Okay. So if we go from the bottom here to the bottom here and drag that over to here, zoom in, yada, 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 consolidate it to the current price. You can actually see how similar it is. I don't think we're heading down this low, but nonetheless, you can see we recently tagged out here. This one actually would have tagged out the 382, but we tagged out the 0.5. So it's very similar, but with less power, I would have to say. So in the short term, I would be keeping an eye on the 786, and for that rinse and repeat type scenario, that pump up for like a pump up to the 618 liquidity grab. Jeez. Liquidity grab, retracement, liquidity grab, retracement, liquidity grab, retracement. I think that's what's going on for Mir protocol. I personally wouldn't buy any right now. I'd wait till it bottomed out, but that's just me. That's not financial advice. It's looking bearish. Super farm. Okay, with that, guys, I am going to take a slight break so I can get a glass of water because I forgot to bring one to the computer. And I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourself. Make sure you get those requests in the live stream so I can get them when I get back. All right, I'm back. Did you miss me? So where are we at? Where are we at? Hang on, let me pop open my LaCroix here. Okay, we did Mir. I believe we're on the super farm next. Whoa, super farm had a great move up today. Super farm is up 25.9% at 17 cents. Pretty much 1 billion max supply, 287 million in circulation, 51 million market cap. Yes, I did. Well, I missed you too. I missed all you guys. All-time high in this coin was $4.74 a year ago. All-time low was 10 cents 1 month ago. So I hope if you're holding this coin, you bought some a month ago, because I love buying coins at their all-time low. I mean, why not? It's kind of like people are like, oh, it hit its all-time low. Let me wait to see if it drops lower. It's like, dude, this coin has never been this low in its entire existence. Why not buy some? Currently available on Binance, Uniswap, Binance being the leader. Let's get into the TA on Superfarm. This is also available on Coinbase, I believe. I don't know why it's not listed on here. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I am a lot. Okay, so macro time frame on this, you guys had that huge run up here. Looks like you guys did get stopped out at around 18.7 cents. RSI did barely peak into the overbought territory and is starting this retracement. MACD is also starting to cool off. Selfie, please. And if you join the Discord, I do have some pictures in the IRL area. So if you guys want to see what I look like, join my Discord. As of right now, it looks like we bounced off the 382, currently broke above the 236. I do think we are going to be working our way up to this 18-cent range again, in which case we will get rejected. You can even see on the MACD we had that slight retracement, but the candle we're on right now did overshadow the previous one, which has initiated another push up. This would be a lower high, and I do think that would be the last attempt before the retracement. But nonetheless, on the short term, I'd be keeping an eye on approximately a 3-4% upswing, and then from there, that's when we're going to shit the bed. I think that we're going to fall below this 382 back down to the main support. Superfarm hasn't had a great history of maintaining its pumps. Previously, you can see back here, we had that huge pump, and then we shit the bed. If we look back, if we look back even further, because I remember looking at this now that I've started charting it. Previously, every time we've had huge random spikes up, we've had those massive retracements on it. So I'd be very careful about buying into this right now. It looks like the all-time low. Holy shit. Someone, I don't know if this is a fluke or something on the chart, but someone on June 16th was actually able to buy this coin for 8.2 cents. So how a candle works is you have the body of the candle, and then the bottom wick is the lowest price that coin was purchased for during that time frame, and the top of the wick is the highest price that coin was purchased for during that time frame. Hang on, my nose is getting all stuffed up. So if you look at this giant down wick, someone was actually able to purchase this coin at 8.2 cents, which is nuts. For the short term, though, I'd be keeping an eye on 18.7, then to retrace back down to the main support around 15.3, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. It doesn't look bullish in the long term right now. I'd be waiting for a pullback for more accumulation. Yay, so with that, I am all caught up with the request. Let's go off the charts here. Let's look at my shit coin. This is my shit coin right here. It's my shit coin, so don't touch it. No, I'm just kidding. This coin is the smallest market cap coin on KuCoin. The thing that I like about it is it has a very small total supply of only 188 million, and even a smaller circulating supply. Look at the market cap, 440,000. Stupid small, easy 100x scenario if it survives this bear market. That's the key. It has to survive the bear market. If it does survive, I think I can make a good profit, some good profit on this. You can see all-time high was 52 cents 8 months ago during the peak of the last bull run. All-time low was 1 month ago at 1.2 cents. I did buy more then. I put fun money into this. I don't go out of my way to put actual investment money. So say I want to buy some coins, I buy some coins, whatever money I have left over after that, I just toss it in this coin. So if I lose my money on this coin, yeah, I'll be upset, but I won't be super upset because it's leftover funds. That's how my mindset works on it. But nonetheless, I own quite a bit of this coin, and I have it staked on KuCoin right now. If this thing rips, then I am going to be let's just say if this thing's ripped, I'll be golden. But everybody needs a shit coin in their bag, right? Everyone needs one of those shit coin moonshot gamble coins, and this is Charting Cryptos right here. Tribe One Haka, they are actually pretty active in the community, and they're constantly announcing partnerships. But that market cap is just way too tasty not to go super risky on it. But let's jump into the TA. So Haka's pretty much just been consolidating since July 3rd. Hasn't really done much. Consolidation between the support and resistance channel. We recently just tagged the bottom of this support channel. And if history does repeat, which history never repeats, history just rhymes. I'd be keeping an eye on the movement up to 1.5 for just consolidation. This thing really hasn't been doing much right now, and consolidation is a bullish thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate the coin at the same price, and this thing's been consolidating since they did the 60-day staking period on KuCoin. So people haven't been buying or selling KuCoin during that time frame because all their coins are locked up being staked for 60 days, which is initiating this consolidation in my belief. If they can't touch their coins, they can't buy or sell, which means the coins will stay pretty dang near the same price for a long period of time. And I have 200,000 coins staked, earning 60% APY for 60 days. And so I can't touch that. And I know there's a lot of other people who have staked their coins as well who can't touch them. So I believe that's what's causing this consolidation here. After the consolidation is up, who knows if people are going to sell their rewards. I'm just going to hold it. But for the short term, I do think we are going to be working our way up to the 0.5 here at 1.5. And then rinse and repeat type stuff. You can see we're just tagging the top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. And I think that's going to happen until the middle of August. Yeah, that's when the stake's up. Until the staking period's up, which is August 15th. So I think this is going to go all the way till August 15th-ish. All the way out to here. Just consolidation. With that, we're getting a, what? Paribus? What's that one that Chef has been hard on? AUX, Ox, Zoomer. Do you remember Zoomer? It's AU. Oh man, I can't remember what it was. Oh, it'll come back to me. So I had Paribus going to the moon. That did not happen. Short term right now, we are on a downtrend and it's getting consolidated quite heavily here. First video I ever charted my channel is Paribus. I'm bullish on Paribus long term. The thing that's very concerning about Paribus for me is they came out, the coin launched last September with 1.2 billion in circulation, which isn't a small amount. And currently now they have, I'll show you, in less than a year, dramatic effect. Less than a year, they over doubled the amount of coins in circulation, and they have 10 billion in max supply, which is kind of concerning for me because I was really intrigued on the use case behind this being on the Cardano blockchain and having the very small market cap. But if they're putting, you know, several billions of coins in circulation a year, I might just dip on this. I might hold a little bit for utility, but I was looking to make money on top of the utility. So I might just hold enough for utility purposes, utility, you know, gains, and then move the other amount that I was hoping for massive gains to a different coin. So that's something I'm keeping an eye on. Last time I checked, it was only 3.2 billion. So they've already put 47 million coins in circulation since my last time trading Paribus. So they're putting a lot of coins in circulation here. Something to keep an eye on. Short term here, having a hard time getting over the 618. I'd be keeping an eye on the 618 rejection down to the 786 at 1.5. That would reset the RSI completely. MACD would reset as well, and that could be our liftoff point. Similar to this drop we had back here, then our next leg up, which really wasn't a leg up, it was a leg down. But nonetheless, I think something like that is going to happen. This thing's been consolidating, been on a downtrend for a very, very long period of time. All-time high was 1.2 back when BTC shit the bed, and really hasn't been doing much since, honestly. Just been moving sideways. Haven't accumulated more since the consolidation or since the capitulation down here. I've just been holding. I really haven't bought. Honestly, I don't think I've bought any coins since we had this capitulation. I don't think I've bought coins since June 30th. I don't think I've bought any coins in July. I just have my dry powder sitting on the side because I still think BTC shits the bed hard one more time. And that's when I'll be reinvested into the market 100%. When BTC drops one more time, I will be 100% fully vested back into the market. And then it's time to just ride the waves. Then it's just hold and ride the waves. Not saying I won't invest anymore after that. It's just all my initial investment that I got from the last bull run that I'm flipping in this bear market will be fully invested. And then from there on out, it's time to play the game. So on to that. Does anybody else have any coins they'd like me to chart? I mean, I've only been on for an hour, but went over quite a few tonight, guys. I heard Ape was ripping. Getting down with some what is this, EDM music? I don't know if I don't know if I like this music. I don't know if I'll play it next live stream. It's kind of different. There, I switched it. Okay, so for ApeCoin right now, we did have this decent run up. RSI is overbought. MACD just started flipping bearish. We have been making higher highs and higher lows. Inevitably, I do think we are heading down to the 382. If I wanted to try to ride this up, I probably would have gotten back here. But I wouldn't be buying Ape right now. Personally, that's just my my opinion. That's not financial advice. Let's keep an eye on a retracement to the 382, then working our way back up to possibly make a higher high and then assess the situation at that time. So it dropped down to the 382 and then our movement up to around $7, then we'll assess the situation at that time for Ape. But Ape has been making some massive gains lately, up approximately 65% since July 12th. That's nuts. That is nuts. So Ape's looking pretty good. So with that, guys, I have time to chart one more coin tonight. Who wants the last coin of the night? And before I do that, I have to show myself. If you like what I do and you want to support my channel, you can head over to my homepage and become a member. $4.99 a month. You get specialty replies and comments and other perks with that, along with loyalty badges. And if you don't want to do that, I would appreciate if you guys just smash that like button. That would really help my video and help the channel grow as well. So with that, let's get back and tell you how to search for coins who are on their lowest or near lowest. It's a very good question. I don't think there is a search option for that. There really should be. We did super farm. You know what? You should get a hold of CoinGecko and let them know. My friend wants to know what moon juice means. Well, does he know the secret password? He needs to know the secret password to know what moon juice means. If he doesn't know what the secret password is, I can't tell him. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking Super Farm's gonna do. I forgot what I said. I think it was only like 3 coins ago. I said it looked very similar to back here with the higher high or lower highs, lower lows, then working our way back down to the 0.5 main support area, and then assess the situation at that time. Yeah, honestly, Me Love Llamas, that's a really good indicator that a lot of people are missing. The secret pass is never get into crypto. Hey man, you get into crypto, you dip a pinky in this pond, you know, as John Wick says, you dare, what is that? You dip a pinky in this pond and you're back. My brother, I've told this several times before how I got into crypto. My brother got into crypto when BTC was at 3,000, and I remember telling him like, crypto, like why the hell, like what does that even do? I mean, it's just digital currency and stuff like that. And this was way back when, and he got into it, and he's made some mad money. He bought Ethereum when it was at $200. He bought some Bitcoin when it was at 8,000. He bought at the peak of the previous bull run before this one when BTC was 8,000. Yeah, he's made some crazy gains. And then eventually, what got me into crypto. So since I'm not charting right now, a little bit of charting crypto story. Sit around. So as of right now, no, I don't even know. So how I got into crypto was my brother was shilling it to me for a while. I kept denying it. I worked a job in which after COVID they were working me 12-hour days, 6 days a week. So Monday through Saturday, 12-hour days straight. And I was tired of that. I'm like, I need to find a way to get out of here. And I was like, hey, my brother was telling me about crypto and how he bought this coin at 200 and now it's at $1,000. And I was like, what? I'm like, maybe I'll look into that. So I started, I dipped a pinky into the pond and started looking into crypto. And now I have a YouTube channel and a massive portfolio. And the other main reason I made my channel was before I started doing TA and stuff, you type on YouTube price prediction of this coin, price prediction of that coin. That might be how some of you guys found me. But you type that in and people give you bogus ass shit, fake moon juice. This is the real moon juice, but they have the imitation moon juice. Like, hey, we're going from $1 to $10 in 4 months. Everybody click my video. And it's like, I don't gain anything from this. I want short-term TA where I can make active trades. Like if I'm considering buying this coin right now, would it be a good idea to buy it right now or wait? And I couldn't find any YouTube channels out there that did that type of TA. So I was like, you know what? I'll make a TA similar to that. So my TA is pretty much based off of, hey, I'm thinking about buying this coin right now. Is it a good time to buy this coin, or should I wait to possibly purchase this coin at a better price? So then I started my YouTube channel. So there's a little bit of rant about charting crypto. So secret passes never get crypto. Your bro is juiced up. I did Numari, I think. Yeah, I did this earlier too. I said I liked it because of the low max supply and the circulating supply. 100 million market cap. All-time high was 93. All-time low was $2.06. I said they put more coins in circulation on July 7th. I think the other one was July or June of 2019, and it's currently available on P2B, being the highest. Yeah, unfortunately, my brother doesn't buy much crypto anymore. He just he bought way back when, and he's just holding, which I don't think's a bad idea at all. He's made massive gains off his He bought in like 2018, I believe. And I've been in crypto for 2 years now, 3 years now. I don't even remember. Yeah, but it's because of him I got into crypto. I know I charted this. Where the hell's the chart at? So pretty much I remember what I said. I think I said it's similar to back here. We had that huge run up, then that massive retracement. I said a similar thing. Might as well just redo it. I mean, I have nothing else to do right now. Currently getting stopped at the 618. MACD is overbought, or RSI is overbought, tailing back down. MACD just flipped bearish. I'd be keeping an eye on a drop to the 786. Inevitably, though, I do think it goes down to the main support around $15, which would validate the same type of trend that we had back here. It looks very, very similar to this move back here, just on a very smaller time frame, a very mini, I guess you could say mini scenario. Inevitably, I do think it heads down to 15, and then probably another smaller thing like that, and then we'll have to assess the situation at the time. But as of right now, it doesn't look crazy bullish. I do like the small circulating supply and small market cap of it, though. Did you do Bonafide? Also, your brother is so juiced up right now, he doesn't even care. Just shows you listen to your little brother every now and again, right? I don't know if you guys have siblings, but every now and again you gotta listen to your little sibling. They might know better. Man, if I would have listened to him back then. I don't think I did Bonafide. Or did I? It's like you're the same. Someone was asking for these earlier. I just swore someone. Look at Bonfida. Bonfida. So Bonfida is down 9.1% at 51 cents. 1 billion max, 1 billion total. Only 60 million in circulation. So be careful of that. I mean, the circulating supply compared to the max supply is extremely low. So they could easily put 10 times more coins in circulation, which would massively decrease the decrease the possibility of getting to these prices once again. So market cap's extremely low, circulating supply is extremely low, max supply of coins is high, but they have not unleashed yet. So be very careful about that. All-time high is 18.17 9 months ago. All-time low is 11 cents 1 year ago. Currently available on the following exchanges down here: Binance being the leader, followed by BingX and Coinbase. Mr. Andy Walk, hit that like, folks. Yeah. There's my moon chart for that. Hasn't played out yet, but I bet it will. Oh boy. This is how I spend my Friday nights. Drawing lines on a screen and charting shit coins. Hey, honestly, some of my investments that I've made, actually, at least half my portfolio is invested off of coins that you guys have shilled on the live stream. That's the thing that I love about it. We all get together and are able to share our coins that, you know, a lot of people don't know about. It's a great way to get diversified. As of right now, we are flipping bearish. RSI's stagnant sideways. We did just recently bounce off the 618. Unfortunately, this thing is bearish to me. I think we're going to get rejected at the 0.5 to test the 618 once more at 48. I do think we will bounce from there though. So I think something like this is going to be the case. Tag 0.5, tag 618, test the 0.5 again. If we do break above this, so the 0.5 is going to be the main area that we need to keep an eye on at 50 cents. And then I think we'll head up to 55. Unfortunately, the 55's at a main resistance area and a fib channel at the 382. So unless the RSI comes back down to 30, I don't think we're breaking over that. And if you can see this pattern going on here, it's very similar to back here. You had the run up, consolidation, downwards trend, capitulation, upwards, downwards trend, consolidation, capitulation to the 618, upwards trend, downtrend, consolidation, capitulation to the 786. That's what I'm seeing going on here. Unfortunately, I've seen it happen over and over again on a lot of charts. If you chart, I don't know if any of you guys chart, but if you guys chart coins, what I like to do is you can see patterns in every single chart, like during periods of time. Like if you zoom out and look at a chart during a certain period of time, during a consolidation period, or you're looking at it during like a bearish divergence or something like that, it almost plays out the same every time. I'm not saying exactly the same, but that's pretty much what TA is. You know, you go off of past historical data, and history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme, which means it's very, very similar to what happened in the past. And so I'm just explaining why I'm drawing what I'm doing right now, why I am doing the TA on this, saying it's going to head down. So like I said, this is what I'm seeing this coin doing, heading down to the 786 eventually. So as of right now, I think this coin is bearish. The main thing we need to keep an eye on is the 618 though. At 48 cents, that is going to be the storyteller. If we do see a massive bounce off there, then I was wrong. But unfortunately, I do think we will be putting these higher or lower highs in until we start becoming stagnant, consolidation, and then we'll have to assess the situation at that time. We ran out of moon juice, we ran out of fuel. We need to come down, fuel up, you know, come back down the earth, pick up some more people, and then make another attempt at blast off. That's pretty much what this is. You had your moonshot, and now you're just gradually falling back to earth. Then this is where you're gonna stop by the moon juice factory with your buddies. You know, you and your buddies have a couple cold ones there. Talk about, hey, I just went to the moon and back. Want to come with me? So now instead of you, it's you and your buddy on there. So now there's two people on there, so you can go even higher. So that's pretty much what that's pretty much what's going on in a nutshell. I'm still stacking API. I'm still super bullish on API 3. So which coin am I most bullish on today? Honestly, I don't remember all the coins I charted today. There was one that I said is extremely bullish. I don't remember which one it was. I thought it was towards the beginning. Let me zoom back in the chats. I think it was it's either NMR or YFII. Honestly, all the coins we charted today, I own none of them but Haka and PBX. So if you want me to be honest, I'm not really bullish on any of them because I don't own them, but not saying I'm the bullish creator. I mean, they obviously all have utility in their bullish scenarios, but only coins I own that we charted tonight were Quant, BTC, Haka, and PBX. We haven't even looked at Ethereum. We gotta look at Ethereum tonight too. Where are we at? I think it was AP or YPII that. That's, I swear that's the acronym, right? Oh, YFII. Yeah. This is the one I'm most bullish on. Not saying you're going to make the most money off of it, but I was talking about, you know, people are always wanting to catch these moonshots, right? But this is what you really want in your holdings. This is very, very, very healthy growth right here. You go up a little bit, you retrace and cool down. You go up a little bit, you retrace, you cool down. You go up a little bit, you retrace, you cool down. Instead of blowing all your steam off at once, then oh shit, free fall back down to earth. Everyone's trying to catch this moonshot, but Trading Crypto tries to catch coins like that. Just steady long-term growth coins that are just steadily growing, that don't have the massive pumps. That's what those shitcoin gambles that I have, like Haka, that's what I'm trying to catch, is just a massive pump off of it. Yes, I do swing trade and do quick flips and stuff like that, but my long-term holding coins, this is what I'm looking for right here. And for a long-term holding, it looks like YFII is looking pretty good. So, out of tonight, this one's the most bullish, but tonight's not over yet. Where are we at? We might find a more bullish one than that. So the thing about API 3, I showed API 3, I think that was like the second video I ever did on my channel. API 3 is an up and coming competitor of Chainlink. They plan on doing what Chainlink does, but filling in the gaps. The thing about this compared to Chainlink, Chainlink has billions of coins. This coin only has millions, 113 million, with only 57 million circulating and a 101 million market cap. So that's crazy. So this is API 3. Look at the total supply, 113 million. Circulating supply is 57 billion. I'll jump over the link. Link, 1 billion max supply, 467 million circulating, 3.1 billion market cap. Yes, it is way more established. Yes, it's way more accepted. But remember back in the day when you guys had page, I wasn't that old, but you know, they had pagers, and guess what? Those got replaced. And then you had the flip phones, and then guess what? Those got replaced. And then you had like what, the BlackBerry, and then that got replaced by a touch phone. There's always something bigger, badder, and better that is going to come out eventually. The very, very few, you know, the blue chips are to be sticking around for a long term. So the thing about Link is right now, you know, it's a big dog, you know, it's a big dog competitor, you know, knocking all these little coins to the ground. And as the crypto market grows, is it going to be able to grow with it? And with a large market cap and utility like that, similar to Ethereum is massive. I believe in Ethereum long term. I hold a lot of Ethereum. I hold more Ethereum. Ethereum's 66% of my portfolio. I believe Ethereum's going to outperform Bitcoin, and I'll make more money off Ethereum than holding Bitcoin. So my main portfolio is 66% Ethereum, followed by Bitcoin, then Quant, and then all my other coins. But for what I'm trying to say is there are going to be coins similar to, like, you know, Solana competitors to Ethereum. You know, Ethereum takes forever to do their upgrades, and they have to. They're the big dog. They can't fuck up. If they do an upgrade and it gets messed up, everyone's using Ethereum. Everyone's going to be affected. And all those people that are using Ethereum, if it goes wrong, they're going to lose trust in Ethereum and start looking at these lower end, you know, utility coins, Solana, you know, Cosmos, stuff like that. So eventually, I think a lot of these big dogs that we're seeing right now are going to be replaced with up and coming ones, but there are going to be the ones that are around now that are going to be staples forever. Bitcoin, Ethereum, you know, I think Quant's going to be big. I think Quant is going to be very, very big. I stacked Quant pretty heavily. That's enough rambling. I get off on rants a lot during live streams, but that's what live streams are for, right? I can just sit here and talk about crypto with you guys. Oh, I didn't even chart. I didn't even chart API 3. I went over this, then just got on the rant. Sorry, man. Let's get into let's get into API 3. I started charting in, and then I went off. Nah, I don't want. Whoa! Last time I charted this, I had colored fibs. Tried it back in April of 2022. Yeah, ETH. I think ETH is going to be massive, but we'll see. Okay, so right now we're on to API 3, and then we're going to go to XRP. Then we're going to graph. That is the time frame, unless I get sidetracked, which is very easy. Oh, so as of right now for API 3, we did recently break below the 0.5. I gotta zoom in a little bit closer on this thing. Oh, we broke below the 0.5 right now. We're currently being held up by the support channel right here. No, actually we broke back above the 0.5. My bad. MACD is about ready to flip bearish. RSI is reset. So everything I was going to say is now going to be reversed, but nonetheless, we have been putting in lower highs. Similar to the coins that we charted earlier today that had the similar run up here that just started putting in lower highs. There are coins that are playing that out a lot further than the ones that recently did it. So remember at the beginning, if you're around at the beginning of the live stream, I was talking about these coins making the staircase ladder up effect, and then the next one that we've looked at was like, oh my gosh, there's a lower high here, and I was saying, hey, that is the sign of the start of a downtrend. And this one already played out. This one had that lower high, and you can see that heavy drop it had, and it's continuing that lower downtrend right there. So for their long term, I don't do long term TAs. You're better off shaking a magic 8-ball and asking that what's going to happen in the long term. But I'm going to shake my magic 8-ball real quick. One sec. Okay, it says this is going to be going down in the long term. On the short term, I'd be keeping an eye on the 618 here. It's held up as fantastic. Oh shoot. It's held up as fantastic support in the past. You can see we tested it once, twice, 3, 4, 5 different times. Held up great. 618 is technically a main support area on fibs. All these other ones, the 382, 618, and 786 are the main supports on fibs. That's why they are different colors on my fib. I made them that way. The other ones are very light. So the 618 is the main support on a fib retracement. And I do think we are going to be heading down to $1.61, and from there we will bounce back up to this 3 or back up to the 5, which would initiate this downtrend, which would validate this downtrend, making lower highs all the way down to the 786, and then that could be our bounce point. I definitely think something like this could be at play for API 3. So this is not financial advice, and this is going to take patience, but if I wanted API 3 in the long term, if you're thinking long term, I'd put a small buy-in order at the 786 at 135. If it got hit, it got hit. If not, so be it. I'd also put another one here at the 618 at 160. I do think it hits 160. So let's keep an eye on 160, and then I would put another lure one here. That's not financial advice. This is what I would do if I wanted more API 3. But for the short term, I do think we are heading down to around $1.60. So API 3, zoom out, looks at XRP from 13 to 17, then from 18 to current, looks the same. Thing about XRP though, they weren't in the lawsuit back in 13, 17, and 18. I feel like XRP would have went crazy in the bull run if it wasn't in that lawsuit. So 13 had the huge run up, fall, consolidation. This thing pretty much consolidated from April 2015 to April 2017. And then you had the run up, similar to back here. You had the sideways movement, lower high, which I see you're talking about similarities here. You had the high right here, lower high, consolidation. You had the high here, consolidation, lower high, consolidation. So yeah, they're very similar, but that could initiate a longer consolidation from here. So you said 13 to 17, which is 13 to 17, which is here, which yeah. So let's see if I can copy that. And then you said 18 to current. Whoa. Wants to dance to the music. Yeah, it looks very similar, but more drug out. And if I had to guess, similar, like history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. And if we have this long consolidation period, then this is entering the consolidation period. Is it not? Because I think this right here is what I think the second high is. First high, second high in a tighter time frame. First high, second high. This area was drug out here, and then you had this massive area of consolidation for the higher movement. So that massive consolidation would drag you all the way out to like 2023, 2024 to the next BTC halving. Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing the same thing. So it looks like XRP might consolidate until the next Bitcoin halving, and then from there you'll have your next leg up. And this thing, after that consolidation period, had a massive movement upwards of 70,000% from 17 to 18. Yeah, I 100% agree with you with Andy Walk. 100%. Exact same thing, just on a longer time frame. From here on out, I do think we are going to be consolidating for a long time until, I think we're going to be going until 2024, 2025. We'll have that BTC halving, and then we'll have that second bull run. And I think from the second bull run is when we'll start running up. And this was 7,000 or 75,000% there. Who knows what the next one's going to be? But the thing you have to take into consideration as well is back in 2013 and 14, there weren't that many coins in circulation as well as many as there is now. So it's going to take a lot more buying power in order to get the same price action. So if we go to XRP, we look at the max. See, back in 2013 to 2017, there weren't that many coins in circulation compared to the market cap now. It looks like they put more coins in circulation here. So not saying that it's not going to happen again, because there's obviously going to be more people in the crypto space, which means there's more money to play with. But there's probably a lot less coins in circulation back here compared to there is now, which means it's going to take a lot more buying power to recreate the same thing, which is initiating why it's drug out longer. So I think you and I are on the same page. Yep. You and I are on the same page there for XRP, my friend. So with that, we're gonna get into, what was that, graph? I learned so much from the stream. Thanks for the help and the knowledge. No problem, llamas. No problem. Hey, if you guys haven't already, make sure you join my Discord channel. I'm on there daily and I chat with everybody. There's a great group of people on there with a lot of really good information. So the link is in the description below. So what, next one was what, graph? Yeah, we're gonna look at graph. So graph is down 3.5% at 10.5 cents, 10 billion max supply, 7 billion circulating, 779 million market cap. So there's a lot of coins in circulation, still more that could be put in a high market cap. So it's going to take a lot of buying power to get a massive gain on this coin. This is coins that have a large max supply and a large circulation with a large market cap are very good long-term hold coins in my opinion. They'll go up very, very gradually. They're more stable, more established. As of right now, all-time high was 284 a year ago. All-time low was 9 days ago. So hopefully, if you're holding this coin, you bought it 9 days ago, because it's always a great feeling to buy a coin at the lowest price it's ever been. Graph has been out since 2020. Yo, that's a bad chart. Yeah, so 9 days ago right here. Hopefully that was the bottom. Let's zoom in and take a little bit closer look on the micro time frame. Currently having a difficult time getting over 11 cents. RSI is reset, almost reset at 50. MACD really isn't doing jack. Let me just blow this up a little bit. Yeah, our MACD really isn't doing jack. MACD is about ready to flip bearish though, I guess you could say, or bullish though. So what I say is you're normally testing 3 times before it tells you what it's going to do, and you see you have 1 top, 2 top. I think this is what's going to happen. Another attempt at 11, 3 top. And then that's when you have your drop top. 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, drop top, and then you shit the bed. Let's draw a fib on this and try to dissect it a little bit. Yeah, top to the bottom here, you fell below the 382, bounced off the 0.5, currently having a difficult time getting over the 382. RSI is pretty much reset to make another run back up towards 70. MACD is about ready to flip bullish. So I personally do think we are going to be heading up towards 11 cents one more time. So that's going to be a pretty decent pump for the short term. But I think that is going to be your last attempt at breaking 11 cents. If you don't break over 11 cents there, then I think we're on our way down. So I'd be keeping an eye for an 11% pump back up to 11 cents. And if this gets rejected here, this is the bear scenario. If we get rejected there, we're heading down to this main support 618 area at 9 cents. So 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, rejection, drop top down to the 618. So keep an eye on 11 cents. I think that's where we're headed next to test it one more time. And that's going to be the storyteller. If we break above 11 cents, we'll reassess the situation. If we break above 11 cents, actually, if we break above 11 cents, let's see if I can extend this further. So if we break above 11 cents, it looks like our next stop would be 13 cents. If we break above 11 cents, it'd be 13, test the 618, then assess the situation. So 11 cents is going to be your storyteller. I do think we will see another 11% pump on graph and test that 11 cent. A lot of 11s here. 1111 is a lucky number, right? So let's test. Let's see if 11 cents is going to do us right. So I may have missed it, but if you could do Matic as well, this is perfect too. Was looking to stack more API. So I have not done Matic yet. Matic has been moving. So I don't know if you guys know about Matic, but I don't know all the details either. But from what I heard, they partnered with Disney on something, and that is what's causing this massive pump. I don't know the details. I didn't look into it. I don't hold any Matic, but I saw on Twitter on several different people that I follow saying that Matic partnered with Disney on something. I just can't remember what it is. And that's what's causing the pump. So that if they partnered with Disney, that is massive. If they partnered with Disney, that is a catalyst that is going to continue growing. Look at my tweet later. I put the thread on it with the measurements. Will do. Hey, Andy Walker, are you part of my Discord channel? If not, you should be a part of my Discord channel. I'd love to chat with you. If you chart, I love sharing charts with people. We have people on there that also share charts as well. Great to bounce ideas off from with people. So if you're not a part of my Discord channel, I highly recommend joining it. You find the link below. I'm not trying to shill it just to shill it, but there's a lot of people on there that are really good at TA as well, that I bounce ideas off of, because it's always good to have several eyes on a chart, you know, get several different opinions. Vlad on there charts all the time, and I chart too, and you know, there's quite a few things that Vlad and I have differences on, and it's always good to see his view on his side and my view on my side. And sometimes I'm looking at something and then he charts it a different way, and I'm like, oh, I did not see that, and vice versa. And other people chime in as well with their ideas and opinions, and it's just a great way to get ideas out there, and it just helps everybody out. So if you guys haven't already, my Discord channel is in the description below. Your TA is perfect, Moon. We'll get to inverse after this real quick. Matic right now is retracing. MACD is about ready to flip bullish again. So I personally think Matic might have one more push up. So the one more push up on Matic, if we go to the next high here, would be $1.20. Okay. Yeah, I'll look that up. Hey, let me write that down. If I'm on this live stream for a while, if you want to, you can. I have Twitter too, at Charting Crypto. I don't really use it as I should, but if you want to send me a DM on there so I don't forget, I'd appreciate that. I'm going to write it down just so I don't forget as well, but I'm a very forgetful person. R.A. Walker. 1 second. Okay, I have that written down. On to the next thing. I am charting Matic. I think Matic's going to be retracing at least to this support channel at 80 cents, and that could be our bounce up here to test this 236 at $1. Dollar is going to be massive for Matic. That round number is a very psychological number for people. It's hard to get above it. It's hard to fall below it. But if we get over $1 on Matic, I think we will see that huge pump up to $1.20. Definitely in the cards. MACD is about ready to flip bullet. Then we'll assess the situation at that time. So with that, let's look at inverse finance again. Where's the chart I just did? I swear I did inverse finance earlier. So as of right now for inverse finance, we are currently getting stopped at this resistance channel. I said I think we're to be getting snuffed out here pretty quick. This is a very great uptrend that we are in. So for the short term, I think we have one more attempt at getting over 148. If we get over 148, we'll have to assess the situation. But I think we're to have one more attempt at blasting off. You can see we did recently make a lower high here. And this is a very, very steep uptrend. MACD is about ready to flip bullish though, guys. So I think we're gonna be testing the 382 main resistance area out at 148. If we break over that, another peak up here at 176 could happen. But inevitably, if we do head up here, I think that is going to be the top. And then we're gonna have to talk about heading back down, meet your buddies up at the Moon Juice Factory, fuel up our ship one more time. But nonetheless, I do think we might have one more attempt at 148. If you do break above 148, keep an eye on a movement up approximately 10% to 163. 148 is going to be very difficult though. It's a 618 on top of a main resistance. You've already tested it several times. Got rejected here, got rejected here, wicked above it here. And normally I say you go one top, two top, three top, drop top. But it looks like this wants a four top here. 148 is going to be the storyteller. So with that, we have Me Love Llama says Binary X. Never heard of it. So Binary X is up 1.4%, $129. Small. Well, let's jump over to CoinMarketCap because it says question marks. So Binary X looks like the circulating supplies 2 billion, market cap's 262 million. Looks like max supply is only 21 million. So small max supply, market cap's kind of high. All-time high in this coin was $225 9 months ago. All-time low was 10 months ago at $15.75. Currently available on the following exchanges. Looks like Pancake is the highest. Yeah, man, keep an eye on $148 for inverse finance because that's a very, very critical price. And I don't want to sound bearish, but I think 145 might be the nail in the coffin there. If we end up breaking above 145, I think we have some that large movement upwards, one more movement, but not 145. 148 is going to be a very critical price range for inverse finance. We've tested it so many times. Whoa, BNX looks like a bottom back here in January. They said F you bear market, I already bottomed. Short term, this is doing the step up effect. Higher highs, higher lows. MACD is overbought. It's been tagging the overbought quite a bit. MACD is about ready to flip bearish. Inevitably, though, we could drop all the way back down this main support and maintain this bullish momentum here, because that would be a higher high or higher low. You have a low here, low here. Our low could be down here at 123, and then a continuation up to 135. So without drawing any fibs, I think we're gonna head down to 123, then work our way up to 135. Let's see if I'm correct. Let me draw a fib on here and see if any of that's valid. That's just from me looking at it. Yep. So that is definitely valid with fibs as well. Looks like we're heading down the main support 0.5. And then working our way back up to this main resistance area at 135. I think this would be the last attempt if this previous one is not. You can see we are overbought and we are flirting with running out of fuel on our ship. So I could absolutely be wrong, and this could be the top, and we could be going down to zero. Not down to zero, but we could be seeing some massive retracement. But I think we are going to be seeing one more push up to actually battle it out at this resistance channel at 135. Unfortunately, on the short term, though, I do think we are going to be retracing approximately 3 to 4% back down in this main support area before we had that lift off. So keep an eye on $123. If you see it head down there and bounce, then this is at play. If you see it head down to 123 and start crashing below that, that means this previous high here was the top, which would actually be valid as well because you have been overbought for quite a while. So it's very risky to get in right now, in my opinion. But there is the possibility of one more attempt at 135. So that's the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario, we're gonna go off the bearish scenario as this being the top. So let's say that we tested this resistance. This is the top right now. We need to cool down on the RSI. We need to go back to the moon juice factory, get some moon juice. We need to fuel up our ship so we can make another run up. That retracement, in my personal opinion, will be below this main support down to the 618 at $120. So if this is the top, I do think we will be retracing to $120 to cool down this RSI, have an RSI reset. The MACD would definitely flip bearish. And then from there, we would start making, you know, same step up effect type stuff and working our way back up towards this resistance, which would not be a bad thing. It'd actually be more beneficial to do that than try to waste all our fuel on one more pushback up to 135. So I would rather, honestly, if I held this coin, I would rather have it go down to the 618 than try to make one more attempt at 135. Because what's one more attempt going to do? You don't have the juice to blast through it. You'll just have one more attempt at touching it. You don't have the juice to blast through that. You definitely need to retrace and regain some more fuel for your ship before you head higher. So I'd be keeping an eye on 123. If we break below that, I think the 618. So more likely than not, I would bank on the bearish scenario rather than the bullish one. And even if the bullish one plays out, we're still going to be heading down after we touch 135 again, because we just don't have the fuel to blast through it. We've tried 3 different times here. You know, we made a run up, got rejected, run up, got rejected, run up, got rejected on the RSI, and each one of these is these fib levels, and then we just got rejected at this main fib here, and inevitably I do think we will be retracing on BNX. So Stratus STRAX is down 0.6% at 71 cents. Looks like total supplies question mark, circulating is 139 million, 99 million market cap. Let's see if we can find the total supply in coin market cap. Yeah, it doesn't have the max supply on here either. So that's something I'd be very cautious about. Make sure you do your research before jumping into a coin that doesn't have the total supply listed or max supply. I mean, this one had the total supply. The total supply was 137 million. But nonetheless, it can't be 137 million when this one shows the circulating supply is 139 million. So obviously there's some discrepancy between there. So make sure you do your own research on that, because it could have billions upon billions of max supply. And that's something you really want to know before heavily investing into a coin. All-time high was 4 years ago at $22. All-time low was 6 years ago. So this thing hasn't done shit for 4 years. And that's a red flag for me right off the start. If it hasn't done anything in 4 years, what is going to make it do anything different now? I mean, it went through an entire bull run and didn't do anything. So I don't mean to be rude, but this coin in me is, in my personal opinion, is dead. I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't touch this. Currently available on Upbit and Binance. I don't know the utility behind it. You can see this was the run up here previously back in 2017. If you compare to the market cap, I bet they put more coins in circulation, but we can't tell that because we don't know the max supply. So just by looking at this without charting it, I'd be very hesitant on putting any money into this coin. I know as tempting as it possibly looks, just judging by not doing anything in the last bull run. I mean, the last bull run here, what high was May of 2021 was down here. The high in the last bull run was 280. It wasn't 222. So if we didn't even come halfway during the next bull run, what makes you think we'll be blasting higher in the following one? This seems like a dead coin. So let's take a look at this real quick. Had the recent run up here. I mean, if you bought back on June, what is this? June 27th. That's 148% gain. So there can be money made on this coin. So don't take what I said at the beginning as bad news bears, but it's definitely not a long-term hold. Short term, currently having trouble getting over the 618. MACD is bearish. RSI is stagnant sideways. And this looks like it wants to consolidate. I'd be keeping an eye on the 618 at around 71 cents. If we break above that, we could make a run at 77. Nonetheless, though, we had this huge run up and then we had that capitulation back down to the 50% range. I've talked about that before. When you have these huge moonshots here, you normally retrace back to the 50% of that moonshot, which it did do. And then you consolidate sideways for a bit. The reason that happens is because the people who bought in down here sell up here. The people who bought in up top start panic selling, and then you have the people who bought in at the middle who are up and down, up a couple dollars, down a couple dollars, and they just hold it hoping they'd make more money, which causes that consolidation in which we are at. So I'd be keeping an eye on some sideways movement. If we break above the 618, I think we're going to be testing 77 cents. If we break above 77 cents, we'll have to assess that situation at the time. Nonetheless, though, I wouldn't put money in this coin. I would just stay away from it. That's just my personal opinion. You can do what you want. Wazrex and Burger Swap. Now we're getting into some shit coins here. Yo, welcome to the OG Club, Llama. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. So we're gonna jump. Look at this. Was WAZIRX. WAZIRX 1 billion total. Half that's in circulation. 188 million market cap. All-time high of 588 a year ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at 4.7. Currently available. Well, this is on Binance, so maybe it's not a shitcoin unless Binance lists shitcoins. Why I can't gift membership, bro? I didn't know you could gift membership. How do you gift membership? I'm not sure. I'll look into that. Maybe it's because I'm not that big on YouTube yet. Maybe you have to hit a certain threshold in order for that to happen. You know, I'm just a small fish in a big pond. So for WRX right now, we are currently at 63 on the RSI. MACD is bearish. I'd be keeping it. Oh, this definitely looks like it wants to head down to the 618 right here. I would be keeping an eye on 24 cents on this. We had this huge run up and we started that ladder up effect, huge run up, consolidation. I think we'll be doing something like this similar. So this doesn't look bad in the longer term. Short term though, I do think we are pulling back to the 618 at around 24 cents, which is approximately a 4% drop. It's a double support area, so we have to bounce off of it in my personal opinion. So we're keep an eye on that retracement down to around 24 cents and then this continuation up to around the 382. So I do think some downwards momentum is at play, which actually would benefit this coin at retracing on the RSI It would let you cool down and get a nice running start at getting through this main resistance area and topping out at 382. So I'm going to call that retracement of 3% and then a bounce off that for a gain of 11%. That's what it looks like it wants to do. 24 bounce up to 27. I think Matic's going to have a very, very difficult time getting over $1. And, you know, depending on where BTC is, Matic could go down to 31 cents, but I personally don't believe that's going to. I got into Matic at 33 cents, and that was before the previous bull run. If we jump just a quick look at Matic real quick. I already looked at Matic, but I just want to look at something real quick. What happened during that huge capitulation on BTC? We bottomed at 31. So in order for this to drop back down to 31 cents, BTC would have to drop below 17,000. And they just announced a large partnership with Disney, and that capitulation is what caused this run up. And with that large catalyst that is Disney partnering with Matic, I find it very difficult for it to shit the bed all the way back down to 31 cents. Can it happen? Yeah. I mean, I'm just a guy on the internet drawing lines on a screen, but just I've charted a lot of coins, and catalysts do play a very key catalysts are very key factors in price action, even during a bear market. And for a coin to partner with Disney, you know, one of the largest creators in animation and stuff like that, I think that's going to be very, very difficult for it to retrace back down to 30. Yeah, Matic won't touch 16 cents. That guy's smoking crack. You need to unsubscribe to him and subscribe to me. No, I'm just kidding. I would never tell you to do that. He probably has his reasons behind his TA. Not saying my TA is correct as well, but you gotta look at the catalysts. So burger swap. That's a funny. Yeah, it's gonna it's gonna impact the retracement by not having a massive retracement. Lost my train of thought. What am I looking at? Burger swap. Oh boy. Yeah, no problem, James. I mean, definitely do your research. I mean, I'm just a guy on the internet. That's just my personal opinion. That's not financial advice by any means. But that's just my personal opinion on Matic. So burger swap is not on CoinGecko. Let's check on Dex. Ooh, here we go. We got it. Be patient with me. I don't use Dex that much. Okay. So burger swap RSI is back reset at 35. If we draw during this large run up here, did recently break below the 618 and the large run up. If I go to the next spot up here, yeah, this is definitely the valid one right here. I'd be keeping an eye on the retracement to the 618 here at 148. I think 148 will be our bounce point. That would bring the RSI back down to complete reset at 30, and then we could make our run up. If we zoom out, let's just zoom out and look at the previous RSI history. So previous RSI history, when we tag 30, we generally tag 30 and have some sort of bounce down there, but there are periods where we break well below it. So the two fibs are, I guess, you need to take the two fibs into consideration. Keep an eye on the 30 retracement, which would be the 786 at 148. But if you actually drag the fib down here, drag the fib down here, this would validate the drop below the 30. This down to the 786 at $1.20 would be the drop below 30 that it looks like this coin likes to do. This coin likes to drop below 30. So if I played it safe, if I wanted to invest in this coin, I'd actually go by this fib rather than the other one. The other one's more of a bullish type scenario. This is more of a realistic, you know, safe-ish scenario. So for the short term, we're to go off of this fib because I like playing it safe, and I'd be keeping an eye on 120. And it seems every time we tag, we get oversold. You get that massive buy up to well overbought. So that could be a great buying opportunity for this coin. You see, we were massively oversold there, ran up to overbought. Massively oversold here, ran up to way overbought. Oversold here, way overbought. So if we capitulate back down to the 786 at 120, that would drop the RSI back down to around 20, and then we could work our way up to another overbought, which would be another massive spike similar to back here. So for the short term, I do think we will be seeing some movement. I would just put a buying order at $1.20. If it got hit, it got hit. Yeah, that's 23% drop, but it's better to buy it at 23% drop than buy it now and have it drop 23%. And then from there, you get that overbought, which would reverse this RSI drop, which we've been on. Because RSI was overbought here, and we retrace. So then we get the overbought, and then we can start working our way up like that. So personally, look for that drop down to 120, and I think that would be a fantastic buying opportunity for Burger Swap at that 786. That's not financial advice. Let me make that clear. That's not financial advice. But the history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. And every time we've headed down there, we've had that huge pump up to the overbought ever since this has came out. So keep an eye on that 786 at 120, and then from there, to infinity and beyond. No, do your research. Don't invest just because of me. I'm just kidding. Keep an eye on 125 though. That would be the optimal entry on Burger Swap in my personal opinion. And that's going off this fib. For the more riskier one, I mean, if it doesn't head down there, the next stop would be the 786 at 150, which would be that bounce off the 30. So if you think it's heading below 30, then I'd go by that 786 at 120. If you do think it's going to bounce off 30, which it has bounced off 30 in the past, but it hasn't moonshotted after that. It hasn't picked up the moon juice. You can see back here, we bounced off 30, but really didn't take off. So that could be a similar situation as well. So we got to take both of those into account. A bounce off the 30 and some more consolidation before we shit the bed and then take off could be the play, but inevitably patience will be the storyteller. Safe play if you just wanted to get in. I think 148 would be a good buy, and if you wanted to try to buy the absolute bottom before liftoff, I think 125 would be a perfect buying opportunity for Burger Swap. I will come back to for buying it. Hey man, if you're a part of the Discord channel, keep me up to date on this, because this is very, like, I played a lot of coins like this during the last bull run, and I made a lot of money during the last bull run playing coins like this, and I lost a lot of money playing coins like this in the last bull run, and I've seen setups like this a lot, and 25% of the time they don't play out, and 75% of them I'll say they do play out. So I think there's a 25% chance that it won't play out and a 75% chance that it will. And I think there's some good money to possibly be made here in the near future on Burger Swap. Just zoom out and look at the day chart on this. Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the Discord. Moon juice is yummy. Okay guys, it's getting kind of late here. I have time to chart one more coin for you guys. What do you guys want to see? I mean, this was a pretty epic moon chart here, Burger Swap. I got time for one more, and then I gotta go to bed, man. How did you find this coin? I'm so curious. That there's so many coins that I chart, like random coins like this, and everyone posts on the live stream. Like, it's like, how did you guys find this? I'm in crypto daily. I'm in a ton of crypto. I did inverse finance 2 times. Inverse finance was the 3rd coin I charted. So if you want to zoom back to the beginning, that's the 3rd coin I charted, and I charted it a little bit while back. So I had a lot of very important information on inverse finance. So make sure you zoom back in the live stream. I charted BTC, quant, and then inverse finance. So if you want inverse finance, it's my 3rd coin I charted today. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, so we'll jump back over here. So BTC is still holding this uptrend since we started the live stream. The next candle started an hour and a half ago, and it did not fall below this downstream. Okay, so we're to chart Harmony, and then I'm going to end the live stream. I'll be posting videos tomorrow, so if you guys want requests, if you guys have any requests, make sure you post them on my Discord. I don't know if you're a part of my Discord, post them on the Discord. So Harmony's down 4.4% at 2.4 cents. 13 billion max supply, 12 billion circulating. That's a shit ton of coins. So take that into mind. Small market cap, but with that many coins, it's going to take a lot of buying power in order to pump the price and make massive gains. But nonetheless, all-time high, and this was 37 cents 9 months ago. All-time low was 2 years ago. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. What are these charts? This is the first time I'm seeing these charts. 24. That's pretty cool. So 22.4% is in seed sale, 12.5 is in Launchpad, 16.9 is in team, protocols 26.4, and 21.8 is in ecosystem. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wish they showed that. Yeah, Andy, if you want to discuss some stuff, if you found me on Twitter, you should be able to DM me on there. And if you're part of the Discord, you can DM me on there as well. So if you want to chat with me, those are the best ways to reach me. Harmony 1, we'll look at the day. Look at the day and see what's going on with Harmony 1. Looks like we're holding up at this. This was the support back in 2021 of February. We're currently at it right now. You can see we tested it right here in February, and we tested it with a couple highs here. Didn't really touch it there, but this is actually looks like a very critical support for us. This might be the bottom. We might have bottomed here on July 2nd. Actually kind of looks like we did on the day chart anyways. The 4-hour chart could be different. So the hell. I'll just keep drawing lines. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, we definitely broke out of that downtrend. So there's a good possibility that that was the bottom there at 16.8 on the day. 4-hour. The peaks here, MACD, let's zoom in and look at this, is converging towards a bullish area. I do think the RSI needs to reset some more, but we are getting tested at this support area. Bottom to top. So this is why we're holding up the support area here. It's also a 382, so it's acting as a double support. We definitely don't want to fall below that, because if that flips red, it flips into a double resistance. So this is a very critical support area for us right now. Unfortunately, it's in a area where the RSI is kind of high, in my personal opinion. Short term though, you can see we did have this big green candle. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it a little bit better. We did bounce off of it with the wick, and you have this green candle tailing up. Unfortunately, we are having lower highs, so there's a good possibility that we're going to be tagging the 0.5 at 2.4 to 25 cents, then coming back down to test this 382. And like I say, you only test things 3 times, so if we break below that, our next stop will be the 618 at 20 cents. So I'd be keeping an eye on a movement up to around 25 cents, then a drop back down to 23 cents. And if that breaks, I think we're going to be seeing a pretty nasty drop on this on the short term. Approximately 9% drop down on the 618 to 20 cents. So keep an eye on a 3% pump up to 24, a back test of this double support at 23, and if we break below 23, our next stop is 20. If we end up breaking above that, our next stop would be 28, and I think 28 would be the top, and that's very unlikely in my opinion. I always play things safe, so I personally would, if it was me, and this is not financial advice, I'd put a buying order at 20 cents. A lot of coins that we charted tonight, we saw the same pattern. We had this nice run up, and we put in our first lower high, which is initiating a downtrend. We've saw some that already started this, that played out, that have already started playing out, and they're starting their downtrend. So I'm going to say coins are going to be starting some sort of downtrend here next week, and we're going to have a, I think we're going to have a red week next week, guys, in my personal opinion. For the short term, let's keep an eye on 25 and then a test of this main support, and if we break, I do think we will be seeing 20 cents on that. Okay, so I said that was gonna be the last one, but it looks like Rex Void. I have not seen you in the live stream before. Welcome to the live stream, man. I'll definitely chart Cartesi, and then that will be the last coin of the night for us. So Cartesi's down 1.9% at 16 cents, 1 billion max supply, a little over half of that's in circulation, with almost a 100 million market cap. All-time high is 174 a year ago, all-time low is 2 years ago at 2.6 cents. Just the power of holding, guys. If you bought it 2 years ago and just held and didn't do anything, didn't trade it, just bought it and forgot it, you'd be up 500%. Currently available on the following exchanges. Looks like Dcoin is the leader. Coinbase is for some reason down here, but Dcoin is the leader. Let's look in the Cartesi. Whoa, I charted this before. This is back when I used colored fibs. Wow, when's the last time I charted this? April of 2022. Last time I charted it. Flashbacks to young crypto, to young charting crypto. So as of right now, we did have a fake out here to a bullish movement, which got rejected at this main resistance area, and we are starting to tail back down, but we did have a good bounce right here. So RSI is reset, not reset, but is at the halfway point at 47. So this fib's really going to tell a story here. We're going to try to go off this wick down here first. If that's not valid, we're going to go off this previous one here, because this kind of looks like a scam wick to me, but we'll see. Yeah, so we were not going to go off that wick. That was a scam wick. As of right now, we're going to zoom in a little bit closer on this. You are having support at the 5. You tested it once, tested it twice. So you're kind of consolidating between the 0.5 and the 236. Similar to the charts that I've charted previously, we are starting that downtrendish period. This is more in a micro time frame. If you want to go out to a longer time frame, we've pretty much been consolidating between this price and this main resistance area. This main resistance area has been hell to get over. We've tested it back on June 13th, got rejected, tested on June 24th, June 26th, and we've just been battling it out here in July, and we just aren't getting over it, but we are giving it hell. So for the short term, I would almost guarantee that we will test that one more time. So I'd be looking for an upswing up to 17.2%, not 17.2%, up to 17.2 cents, which is a 6.8% upswing, and then we'll have to assess the situation at that time. unfortunately, when you test something like this and you don't break over it, especially as long as you've tested it, you can see we had a very tight area of testing it back here, and that brought us down once we got rejected. We recently just had another very tight area right here of testing it and got rejected. So this could be very similar to back here. I'm actually going to do a copy and paste of that area and see if it actually how it overlays. Oops. And see how it overlays and see if there's anything we can see off that. So if I do a copy off of this consolidation period at testing down to the bottom here and drag it over, zoom in, drag it out. Wow, you see how similar that is, guys? You see how similar that period is. It's not exact. History doesn't repeat, but history definitely does rhyme. You can see we had that double top here, which we actually had the double top here, had that breakout to the high, breakout to the high, breakout to the high, which it showed here, the capitulation back down, the test of the 236, test of the 5, and this is going to test the 382, and it looks like inevitably it wants to head down to the 618. So that is crazy how close that follows. History doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme, and you can tell that it does by how similar that is. So inevitably, I do think we will be heading down to the 618. I would almost, I go off stuff when it follows this dang closely. So I would be keeping an eye on that. It looks like we will be testing this 0.5 at 17 cents one more time, but from there, if we get rejected, it looks like the 618 is inevitable. If I wanted this coin, this is not financial advice, I would just put a buy-in order at 15 cents. If it got hit, it got hit. If not, so be it. I mean, what's the harm at putting a buy-in at 15 cents? I mean, it's there. And if you're sleeping and you wake up and your order got filled, guess what? You're going to wake up happy saying, hey, I just got this coin at 15 cents. That's not financial advice, but it's looking like that's what the terms are going to be. It looks like at the end of July, it's going to be down to around 15 cents. So with that, everybody, I am going to end the live stream. I appreciate everybody coming out. I am going to stick around in the chats for a little bit. If you like what I do and you want to support the channel, you can head over to my homepage and become a subscriber. Like Me Love Llamas, who just came a subscriber today. Thank you for supporting the channel. You can also join my Discord. I have the description below I have the link below in the description. I also have swag, some t-shirts and stuff like that in the description below, and NFTs. You all can look that up on yourselves. The NFTs give you perks in my Discord channel. So if you're part of the Discord channel and you want to, some perks in there, maybe look at those NFTs. But with that, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. I'm going to stick around in the chats, and I might do a live stream tomorrow. I might not. So I'll keep you guys on your toes. But with that, I'll catch you guys next time on the live stream of Charting Crypto.